Gedig 9 is Pryslied, geskryf deur Auntie Krog. Wat is 'n pryslied? 'n Pryslied is a song of praise. Let's have a look at the title of this poem. In die titel word daar vir ons gesê dat hierdie 'n pryslied is. Dit is 'n lied of 'n gedig, 'n song or a poem wat 'n mens vereer, that honors a person en die lewe van 'n persoon beskryf, that describes the life of a person. Praise is to praise, roem en eer word gegee aan 'n besondere persoon. Lied is 'n song, dit is die woorde of van die gedig wat gesing kan word. This specific poem was written by Auntie Krog for Nelson Mandela, and it was recited on the day that he did his first speech as the President of South Africa on the 10th of May in 1994. So kom ons gaan kyk 'n bietjie wat hierdie gedig behels. Reg. In die sandkliphart van dag staan hy, kop en skraal skouers, staan hy bo almal uit. Reg, in die sandkliphart. Nou in hierdie woord kry ons 'n metafoor, sandstone heart. So it's almost like a heart made of sandstone. But if we look at the word separately, sandklip, sandstone is what the Union buildings are built from, die Unie-geboue in Pretoria. Hart is where the Union buildings are, waar die Unie-geboue is, en dit is in die middel van Pretoria. Pretoria, and when something is in the middle of something, dan sê ons, dit is in die hartjie van Pretoria. So dit is die woordspeling wat ons hier in die sandkliphart kry. Vandag, today, en hierdie vandag wys na 10 Mei 1994, waar hy ingehuldig is, inaugurated, ingehuldig, as die eerste president van Suid-Afrika, en hy gee sy eerste toespraak. En dit is natuurlik Nelson Mandela van wie ons nou praat. Hierdie hart sê ook vir ons, hy was die hart van die mense in ons land. Goed, staan hy die hart van ons mense? Goed, en hierdie woorde word alleen geplaas in 'n sin. Ons noem dit alleenplasing en dit is om die woorde te beklemtoon. Goed, en hy staan, hy sit nie, hy staan. Kop en skraal skouers staan hy bo almal uit, so head and shoulders staan hy bo almal uit. Dit kan beteken letterlik, hy was 'n lang man, he was a tall person, so he stood out above the rest. Figuurlik, he stood out in a figurative way. Hy was 'n ikoon, he was an icon. He was a leader. Hy was 'n leier. Reg. So he stood out from others. Houtskool en as is sy hare. Hy, die sandkleurige seun van uNosekeni. uNosekeni, die ma van Mandela. Hy, die man met die vleesige palmkussings. Reg, houtskool en as, houtskool is charcoal en dit is swart, it is black, and as is ash, it is grey, reg? Grys. Is sy hare. So his hair is black and grey. It means that he started going grey already, so he is an older man. Kyk ook na die S-alliterasie, houtskool en as is sy hare. Hy staan aan die begin van die sin om dit te beklemtoon en die komma. Die sandkleurige seun, dit sê vir ons wat sy velkleur was en die sand verwys weer terug na die sandkliphart in die eerste strofe. In die eerste reël, reël 1. Die sandkleurige seun van Unosekeni en Unosekeni is die ma van Mandela. Dan kry ons hierdie wit spasie hier in reël 7 en ons noem dit 'n inkeping. En dit is om die reël te beklemtoon en dit bind die twee reëls aan mekaar. Dit bind die reëls tot 'n eenheid en dit beklemtoon hoe belangrik sy ma was. How important his mother was. Reg. Hy word weer herhaal, by the way, hy is repeated 10 times in this poem to emphasize the person. Goed, die vleesige palmkussings het weer eens twee betekenisse. Letterlik wys dit vir ons hoe sy hande gelyk het. Hy het sagte hande gehad. Palmkussings is the palm of your hand. Figuurlik kan dit vir ons sê dat hy 'n saggeaarde mens was. Saggeaard, he was a compassionate person. Reg. En sy hande was altyd oop om ander mense te help. Reg. Kom ons gaan aan. Hier staan hy. Kan julle sien hoe word hy weer beklemtoon? Uit die gevestigde familie van uNgubenguka, die seun van Dalindyebo, die seun van Mandela, hy van die rivieroewers by iNkunu, heelmaker uit die Tembu stam. So in hierdie reël 9 tot 14 kry ons 'n samevatting van Mandela se familie, his family en sy herkoms, where he came from. Sy familie en sy herkoms. Die gevestigde familie. Let's just look at this word staan. Hier staan hy. Staan is repeated 4 times in this poem. So it just tells us that he was an active person. He didn't sit around waiting for things to happen. He made things happen. Uit die gevestigde familie. It was an established family. It's not like he came from nowhere. Die uNgubenguka is die familie waaruit hy kom. Die seun van Dalindyebo. Now Dalindyebo was a king. Hy was 'n koning en hy was die voog van Mandela nadat sy pa oorlede is. He was Mandela's guardian after his father passed away. Die seun van Mandela, Mandela was sy pa, his father. Hy van die rivieroewers by iNkunu, dit is die plek waar hy groot geword het. Heelmaker uit die Tembu stam, dit is die stam waarvan hy afkomstig was, the tribe. Reg. Heelmaker means healer. Dit is soos 'n erenaam. It is an honorary name that is given to him. Hy het dinge reggemaak. He fixed things. Hy het Suid-Afrika heel gemaak. He made South Africa whole and he brought peace. Hy het vrede gebring in die land. Of dit was in elk geval sy doel. That's what he wanted to accomplish, was to bring peace in the country. 'n Klein swart ster priem sy bo-lip. So this is on his a description more likely of what he looked like. A small black star pierces his top lip, reg? So this can also be seen in two ways. Letterlik was dit 'n swart moesie op sy lip. 'n Moesie is 'n mole op sy lip, on his lip. En figuratively, it tells us that he was a hero. Hy was 'n held of 'n ster in die Suid-Afrikaanse geskiedenis. He was a hero in South African history. Also, note the alliteration SSS. Ons prys hom. Hy, once again emphasized, wat nie lag nie en nie huil nie, eerste ratelaar van Umkhonto we Sizwe, die swart pimpernel, hy wat nie lag nie en ook nie huil nie. Goed, ons prys hom. Ons is die mense van Suid-Afrika. Prys, we praise him. Ons eer hom. Dit is soos 'n titel wat aan hom gegee word. En hom is natuurlik Nelson Mandela. Hy wat nie lag nie en nie huil nie, is hy weer eens beklemtoon. Dit is ook nie letterlik nie. It doesn't mean that he never laughed and he never cried. It simply emphasizes, dit beklemtoon sy waardigheid. His dignity. Waardigheid. Right? It emphasizes that he was a person of dignity. Hy is ernstig oor belangrike sake. He doesn't get emotional about things. He pays attention to what is important and he is in control, in beheer van sy emosies. He is in control of his emotions. Die eerste ratelaar, dit is 'n metafoor, want dit kan sê hy was soos 'n ratel. So daar is 'n ratel is something like a honey badger. Nou hierdie ratelaar kan ons op twee maniere sien. Eerstens, so taai soos 'n ratel, which means he was a very strong person, he made things happen. But it can also be a rattle, something that makes a noise. Iets wat 'n geraas maak. Makes a noise. And in his early days, his speeches empowered people to take action and to take part against the government. Reg, so either he was making a noise or he was very strong. Umkhonto we Sizwe was the military wing of the ANC. Dan sê dit vir ons hy wat nie lag nie en ook nie huil nie, en dit is 'n herhaling van reël 17. Dit bind die gedig tot 'n eenheid, of die strofe bind tot 'n eenheid. Reg, this line 19 hier, die swart pimpernel. So, during the French Revolution, there was an Englishman that helped aristocrats to escape. but he could never be caught because he used to wear different disguises, and that way they could never catch him. And because in his younger days, before he was arrested, Mandela was so hard to catch by the police while they were looking for him, the media dubbed him die Swart Pimpernel, right? With a wordplay on the Scarlet Pimpernel, because he was so hard to catch. Reg, so dit is waar hierdie Swart Pimpernel vandaan kom. Dis 'n bynaam, 'n nickname that he was given, want hy was moeilik om te vang. Reg, kom ons beweeg aan. Hier staan hy dan nou voor ons, Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, getrokke tak van lank gelede, die sleepsel van sy blare lê wyd, legendaries is hy, opspoorder van harte. Reg. Hier staan hy dan nou. Right, so after speaking about his family and where he came from, the speaker brings us back to the present. Here he stands in front of us now. So nou wys weer eens na die 10de Mei 1994, waar hy besig was om sy toespraak te lewer, where he was delivering his speech. His full names, dit is sy geboortenaam, as given to him by his father, geboortenaam. Rolly means om uit te trek, to pull out, en Tlhatla is 'n tak, a branch from a tree, 'n tak. Met ander woorde, hy is die tak wat uitgetrek word, the branch that is pulled out. En dit sluit dan aan by die volgende reël wat sê, getrokke tak van lank gelede. Dit is 'n tak wat uitgetrek is. And this implies the direct translated meaning of his name. In his younger days, he was a troublemaker, 'n moeilikheidmaker. Reg. Die sleepsel van sy blare lê wyd. As you draw a branch across the ground, it leaves a certain imprint. And this is the imprint that he left behind for us. Die invloed of die spore gelaat deur Mandela. So he left a very big impression on people. And that is what this line is telling us. Die sleepsel van sy blare lê wyd. He left an influence behind. Lank gelede simply tells us that it is across generations, because remember it also said that he comes from an established family. Reg, so letterlik beteken hierdie blare die spoor wat die blare lê, en figuurlik die invloed wat Mandela op ons gelewer het, en die invloed wat hy op die wêreld gehad het. Legendaries, legendary, hy was beroemd. He was very famous. Everyone knew who Mandela was. Hy het vrede in Suid-Afrika gebring. Hy het die Nobelprys vir vrede gewen, saam met F.W. de Klerk, en hy bring mense bymekaar. He brings people together. Opspoorder van harte, finder of hearts. He always thought that it was important what goes on in people's hearts. Hy sien eerste die mens raak. He first sees the person before the situation. Opspoorder van harte, finder of hearts. Hy maak die punte bymekaar van 'n verskeurde land. Hy draai ons na mekaar toe vir mekaar. Hy, heelmaker van mense. Hy stig vrede. Vrede wat die ma is van groot nasies. Kyk hoe begin elke reël met hy. It emphasizes the fact that we are talking about Mandela. Hy maak die punte bymekaar. Punte are pieces of material. Right? So dit is lang stroke materiaal. And when you are making clothing, you lay out the different parts and pieces, and then you put it all together. And in this way, he took the different cultures and people in South Africa and put them together to form one nation. Reg, so die verskillende volke en groepe in ons land, the different cultures and groups in our country. En groepe in Suid-Afrika. Hier kry ons weer 'n inkeping. Can you see the white space? Inkeping, en dit beklemtoon verskeurde, torn, right? Mense wat geskei was, die groepe wat geskei was, the groups that were separated during apartheid. Wat geskei was gedurende apartheid. Hy draai ons na mekaar, he turns us towards each other, for each other, vir mekaar, sodat ons mekaar, each other, in die oë kan kyk, when you turn towards someone to look them in the eye, in die oë kan kyk, beter leer ken, to get to know each other better, en hy het die betekenis van Ubuntu uitgeleef. Betekenis van Ubuntu uitgeleef. Heelmaker van mense, hier is that word again, the healer, hy het vir mense hoop gegee. He gave hope to people. Right? En hy het ook gefokus, let me start that one here, menswaardig, which means dignity, menswaardigheid, en hy het versoening gebring, reconciliation. Right, so dis hoop, menswaardigheid en versoening. And these are the things that Mandela brought. Goed, hy stig vrede, he brought peace, and then vrede is repeated to emphasize the importance of the word. Die ma van groot nasies, peace is the mother of all nations, reg? Of all great nations. And then at the bottom of the poem, the date is inserted 10 Mei 1994, en dit is die datum waarop hy sy toespraak gelewer het, the date of his first speech. And that in a nutshell gives us then a background on the poem. Praislied, good luck with that.